Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Jets Radio. This is one of your hosts, Tyson Roush, the free agency edition here. So we got a lot of talk about off-the-field stuff, salary cap, contracts, comings and goings, who should stay, who should go. At Talk Jets Radio, Instagram and Twitter. Let's Talk Jets Radio on YouTube. Mr. Primetime, how are you, man?
Hanging in there, man. How you doing?
Living the dream, dude. Living the dream. Another day closer to free agency, which is a good thing. We're about, less than a month away from the tampering period. So at least we may have a glimmer of hope of something to talk about other than argue all the time.
Well, as long as nobody calls in trying to discuss quarterbacks, yeah, this should be a fun, friendly show. We can talk free agents. We can talk a little draft. A lot of, Jets contracts that we could talk about. So I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, me too. So we will bring on Mr. Tyrone. Yo, Tyrone.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Well, first of all, dude, our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family, man. Definitely our condolences.
Yep.
Hey, I wanted to speak on that, man. I want to really, really, really say thank you, Primetime, and everyone who reached out to me, man. Meant a lot. I really, really appreciate the love, man. I just, like I said, man, we all do this for fun, but sometimes, it makes you feel good, man, when your family reaches out to you. So I truly appreciate that, man, and just happy to be here tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Be with you guys, chopping it up. I'm not drinking tonight. I've been drinking the last 4 nights straight, so gonna take me a little break tonight. You know what I'm saying? So let's get with it.
So wait. So does this mean can tonight we call you out on your waffles, or do we have to be nice to you?
Nah. I'm gonna tell you what Primetime did last night, yo. Primetime was just checking on me, right? So he's like, "Yeah, bro, if you ain't on the show tomorrow, I understand." I was like, "Bro, they don't be nice to me, man. What is wrong? We don't do that shit, bro. We don't do that. Nah, we don't do that. I get if I waffle, then let me have it, bro. This same as usual, bro. I wouldn't expect nothing less. I don't even want a nice Tyson. Nah, I'm good, bro. Be nice to the callers. Be nice to me.
Oh, listen, I can accommodate that because Tyrone, last night we had Primetime set shit up last night where we did a live stream, and all of a sudden all these callers were calling Joe Douglas a great general manager and all this shit, and I had to give him a little lesson to the point where I think I insulted people, and now people think I'm an asshole because I'm not drinking all the Jets Kool-Aid, and I want my general manager to actually earn a reputation than be handed a title of great general manager. So, we've talked about this over and over, and to me, there is a tremendous amount of pressure on Joe Douglas to nail this offseason because he has a tremendous amount of resources to get this team up to speed in a couple of years, dude. Like, if he has a really good draft this year, maximize his resources, and use this cap space wisely, this team can expedite their direction in 2 years. Like, it can make a big difference, man. But if he doesn't do that, it could set us back 3 years like McCagnon did. And the thing is, we all have faith in him because he's got an excellent pedigree, great reputation. He restocked the front office to all his guys. But now it's like actions, not words. We've talked about it. Now he's got to actually do it. The results last year are mediocre, so we're having kind of blind faith in him. That's the kind of way I look at it. We're all excited about it. He went out of the box and hired the coach, but now he's got to do it, Tyron. This is his time to shine. Truly it is, man. He's got all his visions, all his blueprint, what he sold the Johnsons, what he sold Rob Saleh, all this shit he sold all of us, he actually has to do now. And until he does that, he's got to earn it, man. He's got to earn his reputation, this offseason.
I mean, I totally agree with you. I'm gonna chime in on one point though. I'm gonna say that he doesn't have to fix everything this offseason, but this is the real turning point on how his regime is going to go. I think that the decision he makes to do with the quarterback is going to be truly important. I think also what he does in free agency. I think that and I keep harping on this, and I think people think I'm just pushing the issue. But what I'm really trying to say is this year a lot of teams don't have cap. It's going to be a hard cap this year. I think they're saying 180, 185, something like that. A lot of teams aren't going to have money. I mean, there's certain teams that we broke it down that I mean the Saints are like $80 million over the cap, Pittsburgh $30 million over the cap. So these players they're not going to be able to sign good players. So you're going to have a lot of good players. You know, it's going to be fire sales in some places, or you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a lot of good players that are going to be available either via trade or being able to sign. So I think that he can really, really fix this problem. I think I agree with you on one point that he has to prove himself. You know, I think that so far I'm kind of 50-50. I mean, I've liked some of the things that he did. I like the coaching he hired. I like the players he have, people he got in the front office. And this year right here is really going to determine him. I think the last year he was really chiming for this moment right here to be able to have his own coach, to have this kind of cap and do what he want to do. Yeah,
and I think it comes down to what his vision is, because he was supposed to be an offensive line guy. So whether you keep Sam Darnold, which I don't think is going to happen, or you bring in a young rookie quarterback, it all starts and ends with the offensive line, dude. And it's got to be a priority. It's got to be put at a premium. You got to fix this line so whoever your quarterback you have is protected, and you can implement your offense. You can run the fucking football. Now, Becton's a good start, but then you look at he's got to make decisions, dude, and he's got to make a lot of decisions starting with guys he signed last year. Like, do you bring back George Fant, or if you don't, you can gain $7 million in cap space? You know, do you cut Alex Lewis? Do you cut Greg Van Roten? You can cut all these guys and give yourself more cap space, but you're also creating holes in your offensive line. So, yes, you're cutting them, but you got to replace them with a valuable starter. So, for me, that's his test this offseason, dude. He's got to show us that he's walking into this with a legitimate plan. Like, I need these guys. I will get these guys. Offensive line's my priority.
Well, Tyson, I also think that, you know what I'm saying, like, and you hit it right on the head. If you cut a Fant, you got to replace him, and that's the scary part about it. I really think Fant comes back. You know, Van Roten, Alex Lewis, if they're gone, I don't mind that being gone. I wouldn't mind them going after a guy like Tony, and then, you know, trying to catch that kid Water, get somebody in the draft. Or, you know, even maybe see what Clark does, or even the dude we got from from Minnesota last year. You have other options, but what I would like for him to do is, by retooling the line, is also getting backups. But see, I think that's where your draft comes in at. If you're going to keep a guy like Fant, you have him under contract, so why not go ahead and draft a guy that you can get ready for the following year to take over? But if someone falls available and you can't say no to, then you got to do what you have to do. But I think that he's definitely going to make a stride by fixing the line. I think if you're going to have a rookie quarterback, you got to have a solid line, because you have to protect him. You also have to give him weapons. You also have to have a good, strong running game. But also, you have a defensive coach that comes in that runs a 4-3, and your team is structured for a 3-4. So you have some big decisions there to be made. You're going to have to get some bookend ends to make that work for him. I think some of the players that we got can interchange in the system, but, you know, guys like Double J and these guys aren't going to work because they're not going to be able to hold the end for him. So, you know, it's a lot of players that he's going to have to let go, and a lot of players he's going to have to find in a short period of time. So I think when everyone, you know, I think Phil Sims said it best. He said, not Phil Sims, Bill Parcells, the great Bill Parcells. He said it best. He said, when I went to Dallas, he said, I couldn't just go to a 4-3. It took me 3 seasons to get my kind of guys in there. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is a lot of teams try to, you know, because the coaches are so interchangeable, and you new offensive coordinator, so you get new, you know what I'm saying? So what they want to say, I want to get my guys in. So by getting your guys in, you know, but you still had the last regime guys in. It's just like you can't do a restart like that. So it's going to really be a true testament of what he does, and maybe that's why he did all these one-year contracts, because maybe he knew that, you know, in the long run that he would have to make this kind of decision, and now he has to dig in. But, you know, like you said, Tyson, you can turn this thing around real quick with good decisions and bringing in the right kind of guys, man. Especially this offseason, man. This, to me, is important.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like, right now, everybody's like, oh, the Jets have $90 billion in cap space. Well, really, they have 68. And then if you want to get to your 85 or 90, that's great. But you're going to be cutting starters now, in theory starters. Like, you're going to get rid of Jamison Crowder at, $10.3 million. You're going to get rid of Henry Anderson. You're going to get rid of George Fant. That's where all the money's coming from. I think people, they kind of forget that. You think, oh, you're not cutting fringe players. You're cutting starters on your team. So you want to cut Jamison Crowder, which we talked about last night. That's great. Cut him. $10 million more. Wonderful. But now it's another starter you got to replace. So you already want to replace Perriman. Now you got to replace Crowder too. How are you going to do that?
And you got
2 receivers.
And also,
you know what I mean?
Also, man, you're not just cutting Crowder. You cut his productivity too. You know, you cutting the guy that's good in the locker room, the guy who actually was, you know, with a decent quarterback would have put up some numbers. So I mean, it's the $10.5 million. I mean, we're not paying anybody. So unless if you want to draft somebody, I don't think to me, Fentz and Crowder would be two guys I wouldn't cut. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how free agency go. If you get the kid from Carolina, that's this is a different kind of conversation. But like you said, if you make one hole, you create a bigger hole. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the scary part of what we're doing, especially if we're going to, depending on who the quarterback's going to be. You're going to have somebody that's going to need somebody dependable, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be able to get, to be, reliable.
And that's, see, to me, like, we'll start with Crowder. We'll ask prime time too. But to me, Crowder is interesting because I think at $11 million or $11.3 million a year, I think he's overpaid for a slot receiver for his productivity. I think he's overpaid. But in theory, if you're bringing back Sam Darnold, he's a good guy to have because that's his safety blanket. That's this. So it makes sense. I'm like, all right, instead of paying him $11 million, I'd offer him some kind of restructure. You know what? How about we add another year, or maybe even add 2 years to it, bring that number down to a more feasible amount, and see if he goes for it. You know, that's kind of the route I'd go to if you believe in him that much. But if not, then it's like, you know what, we're going to explore other options then, because if we can get, say, Samuel for $7 million a year, dude, he's younger, more explosive, and Crowder can go. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be interesting to see how he handles that. So, like, would you be open-minded to a restructure, or you say, you know what, keep him at $11 million, let him stay with that, and then we'll move on from him next year?
No, I'm definitely with the restructure.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Prime. No, go ahead, Prime. No, go ahead. I want to hear your opinion.
I was just going to say really quick, kind of like what I said last night. I mean, I'm not doing anything as far as restructuring or, doing anything with his contract, at least, until free agency is done, until the draft is done, because I'd like to see what we can get first. And I expect Douglas to go after some targets that can play in the slot, whether that's Juju or Curtis Samuel, possible draft options. I've seen a few names tossed around for guys that, could be immediate day one starters in the slot. So if you're able to get your big-time target in Allen Robinson, and then, you draft somebody that you're comfortable with, starting day one in the slot with, Berrios maybe filling in if you get an injury or something like that, and you're comfortable with that, then maybe Crowder goes. If you don't get your top guy and maybe it's just Allen Robinson and you focus your draft assets somewhere else, then maybe Crowder stays. So I think they're going to be open, just kind of see how the offseason plays out first before they do anything.
You know what, Parson, I have to agree with you as well. I think that they're going to wait till free agency. I think if Crowder gets cut, he's going to get cut late. He's going to get cut later. And I think that's the same thing with any. The only person I think that won't get cut, right now is probably going to be France. I don't think he's going to get cut. He didn't do bad last year. But I also think that if you bring in another slot, if you're going to save some money, that's the route to go. I mean, it's all about improving it. But I think also if we're looking at this in one big ass picture, we need talent in every aspect of what we need. So depending on what he does with the line, what he does with the quarterback is going to determine what he does with the receivers. I would love to have Allen Robinson in the building, but I don't know if that's a really viable move. I really don't want Juju at all. I really don't. I don't think giving him that kind of money when we have Denzel Mims and then right now we do have Crowder, we can get another option in the building and we can switch things up. But what do you guys? Could you guys see him cutting Crowder and paying Berrios? Is that a viable option for him?
Well, Berrios is making nothing.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, if they're trying to just keep things simple, I don't know if they cut Crowder.
I think it's more. I'm gonna say.
I get the booze. I didn't say that what I wanted to do. I was just saying, would that be something that Joe Douglas would do? What I'm asking. That was a question.
What I think is more of a possibility is that, he might explore a possible option like pairing a guy like Allen Robinson with Samuel and maybe even drafting somebody else. And if they're able to get all their guys, if they get Samuel at a price that they like and they feel comfortable with him as a building block for the next 3 to 4 years, as opposed to keeping Crowder for just this year, not really being sure where he stands going forward. He's had some injury concerns. I think that's where things would kind of shift for Crowder. So I expect Douglas to pursue some slot options, whether it's free agency or the draft. And if he gets somebody that he's actually comfortable with and he wants to put that money somewhere else, whether it's edge, corner, another offensive lineman, whatever it is, with all the free agents that are out there and all the teams that are kind of up against it with the cap, this might be a perfect year to, go after somebody where you might get somebody at a reasonable deal.
Hey, Preston, I got a question. What do you think it would cost what do you think it would take to get Allen Robinson? Realistically.
Probably like 17, 18 million a year, 4 years, something like that.
Okay. Wow. What about Tooney?
Say probably 16 million per 4 to 5 years.
What about Sheriff? Same thing?
Yeah, they'll probably get similar deals, I would think.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's but let me ask you a question. I think Joe Douglas is nominal with Tooney anyway. And I think that he definitely can come in. Him and Beckton on the same side could be a rock for a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? I like Fance and then get another right guard in there, because I don't think we have our starting right guard on the team right now. But I mean, with free agency, we're also going to be against other teams that need players as well. So do you see Joe Douglas trying to fix everything in one offseason defensively?
No, I expect him to try to fix most of the offense. And kind of just letting Salah work with a lot of these young guys, figuring out, what they have, what they don't have there. But building a wall in front of whoever your quarterback is, I think, is priority number one. And then giving weapons to that quarterback is priority number two. So, the interesting thing, though, is if you're able to get a center like Lindsley in here, and then McGovern maybe slides over to right guard. And then if you're also willing to pay a guy like Tooney, that's a lot of money you're putting into your offensive line. Maybe you then take one of your draft picks and try to find your right tackle opposite Becton and save that money that you were going to pay on Fan. There's a lot of ways they can try to do this thing.
Yeah, but if prime time though, if that line came together like that though, bro, that's a quick fix and really put us in a great position. I mean, I think if you're gonna have a rookie quarterback, you have to have a line. You have to protect whoever you're putting back there. I think that's part of the problem. I think that's been avoided for so long. It's been so many years that we haven't addressed the line or get the people that we need in there to protect the quarterback, have a good running game, or have an offensive-minded coach that understands that. I think that if I was looking at tape on San Francisco, and they really don't have a lot of really big-time receivers. You know what I'm saying? Really, across-the-board receivers, but these guys are always wide open. So I think that scheme puts a lot into it too. So getting somebody cheaper that might be a more viable option.
Yeah, no doubt. And just touching on what you were also saying before
what
that.
What you say, Tyson? What you say, Tyson?
You heard me. Tyrone watched the tape. I watched some tape on the 49ers. Now Tyrone's a tape guy now. We got a tape guy on the show.
Nah, Tyrone had a lot of free time, buddy, and a lot of alcohol. So that's what Tyrone's been doing.
Tyrone been watching some tape.
Yes, sir.
It's only be a matter. Prime time. It's only a matter of Tyrone's be like, "Yo, bro, I watched the film, man. When I watched the film last week, this is what I saw. It's only a matter of time. That shit's gonna come out in about 10 minutes."
It's coming.
10 minutes.
Give 2 more weeks.
Hey, listen, man. You know what, man? I'm tired of being mistreated around here, bro. Like I said, man. It's all for the benefit of the show, baby. Exactly, baby. Exactly. That's what.
He's posting my Baldinger's account.
Hey, that's what we're gonna add to the two. That's what we're gonna start doing towards the season, baby. We're gonna have the top one day a week, the top breakdown, tape watch, baby. That's what we're gonna do, man.
Tyrone's gonna be like, "Yo, bro, I broke down Chris Herndon's tape this year. It's not as bad as it looks. Chris Herndon did this. He ran this route, but the other route this way. Like my film breakdown, I can already hear this shit already, man."
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Hold on. Nah, Sam. No, prime time. I will say this, though, and I'm not going to bullshit. I've watched some tape on Sam. Now, I'm not on Sam, but it's
Christ.
Cut up.
Here we go.
Hey, your boy look like shit out there, bro. Your boy missed a lot. Your boy look like shit out there, bro. I'm just being real honest with you, prime time. I love you. I know we're not going to talk about this tonight, but he looked really bad.
Hold on, no, just one question. I mean, just one question. The film that you watched, did it consist of anything other than the 45-second highlight reel that you tagged me in on Twitter? Was there anything else that you watched?
Was not enough prime time. I was listen. When I saw that, bro, I couldn't think about nobody else but you. I was like, I'm seeing this shit ASAP, bro. Like, I'm sitting there, I watched the junk like 3 or 4 times. I was like, prime time. Wonder what he's doing when he sees this. I was just waiting for you to respond, bro.
So that was the only film you watched. That was it.
No.
But see, prime time. Well, you don't realize though. Wait, but Kev, hold on a second. That 45 seconds makes Tyrone a Twitter expert. He's now a draft expert. He watched 45 seconds of tape.
That's true.
He's an expert. But dude, Tyrone, put NFL on your handle, man. Put Tyrone NFL on your shit. You're an expert now. You watch 45 seconds, lock it up.
Hey, listen. I'm just letting y'all know, man. I don't appreciate all this negativity, man, coming towards me tonight, man. I'm just saying.
We just build your resume. We made your resume even more. Dude, you're more Hollywood now. You're NFL Hollywood now.
Well, see, what happens is what happens is this. I know that we on the show we discuss a lot of things with Adam Gates, and we blame Adam Gates, and then some of us blame Sam Darnold. But at the end of the day, we're watching and I'm listening to the receivers when they made the statements they made. That a lot of it was Sam. A lot of it, and we all realize he missed a lot of throws during the season. So I think that at the end of the day, like if it was my decision, I really, really, truly think it's time to move on. I think it's time to bring another, and I hate that because I really want to move back in the draft. I really want to let that second pick bring us another first next year and have 3 first-round picks next year, but that's just not going to happen with, who we have at the helm right now. So, I'm just saying that. That's
all right. So, Tyron, I got a question for you.
I'm going to be good.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So, Alex Lewis, if you cut him, you can save $5.1 million. Would you do it?
No, I wouldn't. I'll actually, I would keep him as if we sign Tony, I'll keep him. I would keep. If we sign Tony, then I would. If we don't sign Tony, then I wouldn't. Just tell it depends on who's going to replace him. You know what I'm saying? Like every void that you create is a void that you have to replace. And coming into a free agency where like I said, it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of good guys shaking loose. So, no, who are you going to replace?
Doesn't mean you pay him $6 million to be an average guard.
I mean,
almost
true
7.
indeed. But if you have nobody there, what do you do?
You're telling me that there's nobody else they'd be able to get for less than $6 million in this market where you got so many teams that don't have money? There's nobody that's going to shake free?
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It depends on who replaced them with. But let me ask you a question. Van Roten is $5 million. You want him back next year too?
Both of them can go.
Well, hold on. Actually, Van Roten, you'd save $3.4 million. His cap number is only $3.6. So if you get more bang for your buck by cutting Alex Lewis.
Yeah, to me,
if you want to talk numbers, Tyron. I know you're a film guy. I'm kind of a numbers guy.
Nah.
So you know what I mean? That's how I'm
okay, I didn't know you. I didn't know you was a numbers guy. Tyson. My bad. You know what I'm saying? When you guys on YouTube getting 60,000 views and shit, I guess that's what happens, man. Like I said, man. We got prime time, we got Hollywood, and we got Showtime over this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to clarify what you said. So I don't want to take anything out of context. You're saying you'd rather cut Van Roten at 3.4 but keep Alex Lewis, and that's almost $7 million. I mean, you know what?
That's what he said. Right? Prime time? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, yes. And you know
why
what?
keep either of them? I don't understand.
And listen, and you know what? I'm the kind of guy that can admit where I'm wrong. So now that you have verified that point, and you made me realize, because you're a cap guy, you're a numbers guy, you made me realize why I keep them for $7 million. So I'm going to say, cut both of them, save the $9 million, let's keep motherfucking pushing. Absolutely. So, yes, sir. That $9 million can go towards Tooney.
It took 3 minutes to waffle and for you to admit that you weren't prepared.
Hey, listen, I just...
Damn. God.
Prime time. See,
it's only been the Jets off season for like 6 weeks. Yeah, you'd think over the cap and see, all right, 3.5, $5 million.
Since we having that discussion, you've been waffling all season talking about Sam Wackhead.
Whoa!
Every single week you get mad and get frustrated.
My takes might be shitty on Sam, but I don't waffle on them. I stick with my guns on him. They might be shitty, but I don't waffle on them.
Prime time. You've been sticking with the same takes since the beginning of the season. Where have it got us,
consistent, though.
Exactly.
That's what I'm consistent.
You know what? Listen. Every time you go to the bathroom and you flush, it's consistently supposed to go down, correct? That doesn't mean the shit's good. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I'm just saying, Prime time.
We just made a toilet reference?
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of getting picked on around here, man. You guys are supposed to be nice to me tonight. Tyson was like, Tyrone will be nice tonight.
No. Tyrone, what was the first question I asked you? I said, do I have to be nice to you when you waffle? And you said, don't be nice to me. I asked. I gave you the courtesy of asking. So pardon your knowledge, okay? Pardon your knowledge. I'm just trying to get...
Oh, shit. Oh, man. You know what? I wasn't prepared for this tonight, man. Let me get myself together because I see what's coming on now. I see what's going on now. Trying to gang up on me. It's all good, though. But like I said, man, I waffled. Okay? Shit, it happened.
So, Tyron, I got some names for you. Make
sure you read out the cap number, too.
Yeah, would you cut Blake Cashman and save $700,000?
Hell no.
What?
What?
So why cut Blake Cashman, man, bro? You know
Why?
what I'm saying?
Yeah, why are we cutting?
Why
are we cutting
keep him?
Cashman?
He's good on special teams, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's not bad in coverage. The only problem is he can't stay healthy. You understand that aspect of it.
The whole
But why
2 games a
cut
year
him?
he plays?
I mean, I'm just saying for $700,000, shit, bro.
Got a rookie contract.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's no need to cut him. No, I ain't cutting Blake Cashman now. Not at all.
Would you cut Josh Doxson?
Hell yeah.
Why? He took a year off, man, because of COVID. He only makes $985,000. Maybe he's lightning in a bottle at wide receiver.
Yeah, he's lightning in the bottle, all right. Let his ass lightning bottle somewhere else, bro. Hell no, bro. You suck for you got
So
it, bro.
A position of need, you're just going to cut him and not give him a chance?
Nah,
let him try out and see what happens?
Yo, bro, listen. At the end of the day, bro, listen. He hadn't proved shit before he even got here, bro. He's a first-round wash, bro. So, no. Like, you know what I'm saying? You are already on thin ice,
but, I mean,
bro.
your general manager signed him, so he must have saw something, no?
I mean, no, our general manager was desperate. He just wanted somebody in the building. But then you come in and you take a whole year off. Nah, I'll pass on him, bro. Nah, he can get a rep. I'd rather draft a rookie, you know what I'm saying, and go that route. Nah, I'm good.
So now, with the 4-3 defense, is Henry Anderson still expendable?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Goose has been – I'm just being real with you. He had that one good season, but he hasn't done shit since then. Yeah, he's expendable. Absolutely.
Okay. Just asking. So what we'll do is we'll go to callers. They're probably like, what the fuck is going on here? We will go to Eric in California. Eric, what's up, man?
What's going on, Eric?
That's me, man. What the fuck is going on here? Jesus Christ. Hey, Tyrone, you got it all wrong, man. Cut both those fucking guards. Those guys are trash. We could replace them with Cam Clark or fucking anybody off the street. Here's what you do. You cut fucking you cut the fucking little 5'9" wide receiver, Jamison Crowder. That guy. Teams are going to be so fucking cash strapped. You could re-sign him for a lower number. I want to go after Curtis. Here's what I want to do. I want Joe Thuney. I want Corey Linsley. And I want fucking Curtis Samuel, a goddamn yak monster. That before the draft, and after we sign those players, we go into a draft with a clear needs list. Granted, you're not going to solve everything, but you know what? I kind of hate when people say that because every fucking team has needs. Even the Chiefs have fucking needs. You saw their offensive line. Nobody has a perfect team, so you're always gonna have weaknesses on your team. But you start there. You go in the draft. You get the fucking quarterback. I haven't heard you guys talk about the quarterbacks. I kind of want to hear you and fucking Primetime argue about who you guys want. I have been all along a Zach Wilson guy. I don't care whether he comes from a little
all
school.
Along since when?
I don't care. I don't care that he's
since when? Wait.
Go ahead.
All along since when? Like since November, since September? When did your Zach Wilson journey begin?
Since fucking the offseason started. Since offseason started, and I started looking at the draftable quarterbacks. I planted my flag in the fucking Zach Wilson camp. I was told before Sam up until he shit the bed these last few games, and just some of the things some of the mistakes that he's making are like rookie level, and he had the lowest fucking like QB rating from a clean pocket.
No, listen, we're all with you, dude.
What's that?
We're with you about getting rid of Sam. Tyrone and I are both with you, but tell us why you want Zach Wilson over Fields or Trey Lance.
Exactly. What do you see?
The dude has magic, okay? And it's kind of hard to quantify. He had amazing stats, but you have to be able to, when you're looking at these guys, you have to be able to isolate them on their like individual throws and remove the screens, remove the shit plays. The fucking guy, the ball just comes out easy. He could throw from any arm angle. I don't know. I love what this guy looks like, man. And I think you kind of integrate him into an offense like the way I think we're going to run a San Francisco style offense. A lot of quarterbacks could look good in that offense, including Sam. But this guy, with his fucking traits and his dude, I'm telling you, man, he's the right guy to draft.
Let me ask you a question, and I'm gonna say this though, because I watched some more tape on this kid too, and I will say this. The one thing I do like about him is his anticipation before a guy gets open is really, really beautiful. But I also watched a lot of tape on Fields as well. You don't think Fields, with his track record, the teams he played against, his competition that he went up against, some of the big throws, some of the great defense he went against, has a slight advantage at all?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's not. He's not what some fucking asshole callers said a few weeks back. He's not fucking Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. He's not that. He does look. He's a fantastic prospect. He has a strong arm, but a lot of the stuff that he's starting to butt naked open guys a lot, man. At Ohio State, just out talents a lot of other people, like you would find in Alabama. And that quarterback, that head coach there at OSU, he knows what he's doing, man. They're constantly putting out first round picks. But that said, he's a great prospect. I don't mind if they choose either one. I'm for moving on from Sam Darnold. But my choice, when I isolate them both off of throws, off of real NFL throws, I like Zach.
So okay, back to Wilson, right? So you're saying that because he gives magic, right? Because he can run around the pocket. That's what impresses you the most. I mean, his lack of competition, his low grade of competition he played against, or his numbers against. What about his numbers against ranked teams? You know what I'm saying? That where I think it's 8 interceptions to 3 touchdowns or something like that. I mean, somewhere in that fashion. That doesn't bother you at all. That when he played against better teams, that he struggled. That doesn't create any kind of void for you at all, just because he made some amazing throws, on some clips. That's it. Really,
he struggled against good teams. Because I didn't see that, and I don't know where you're getting that from. I think you said a few weeks ago that the fucking Penei Sewell is like an offensive guard. Dude, he's not an offensive guard.
No. I said he's a tackle. He'd be better suited at guard just because of his size and the way that he plays. You know what I'm saying? So that's what
he's not better suited at guard. The guy is a fucking dancing bear. He would have been the top-rated tackle. Combined with last year's class. Combined with last year's class, he'd be the top-rated tackle.
This the funniest thing, though. Yeah, he looks really good in college. So what happens when he gets to the pros, though? Listen, watch him
It's all
struggle.
Fucking projecting. This is what the whole thing is about. It's all projecting.
Exactly.
You don't know what anybody's going to be when they get to the NFL.
Exactly. So we're projecting that. You're projecting that Wilson's going to be great quarterback because he can dance in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? You're saying Sewell's going to be a
Never
great
said anything
tackle
about dancing.
Because he has good feet. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
If you want to dive into the numbers, look at how many fucking pressures he's given up. I'm talking about Penei Sewell now. How many pressures he's given up through his whole career? It's like in the single digits. The fucking guy is nasty. He's not going to be a guard. I'll bet my house on that.
No.
Guy's a fucking tackle.
Hell no. No, hell no. He's not going to be a guard. I'm just saying. No, we know he's not going to be a guard.
That's what you said. He's back.
No, I said that some scouts had projected him to, you know what I'm saying, that might slide in. That's what I said, bro. I never said that. That was my own opinion. That was somebody else's. That was another scout who said that. I just repeated that, bro.
All right, stop reading that guy. That guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But, hey, look it. I think we could get a lot of things fixed up when free agency starts. I just hope that we're aggressive and we don't just stand pat and try to be cheap about it, because there are dudes out there who can fix needs immediately, and then we can go into the draft with a clear mandate and know exactly what the fucking shopping list, what's left on there. So I want Zach. I don't want a running back in round 1. That could be I don't ever want to spend money on a fucking running back. It's the least important position in all of football. So I'd like to take a running back in the second round if possible. And then you just go off the fucking list from there.
Who would you like in the second round, though? Who you like?
I like the top 2 backs. If they're there available in the second round, I take them. The Alabama kid and the Clemson kid, which is not in the first round. We got to do something else with that first round pick.
I don't even know if I want him in the second round. You know what I'm saying? I just, that's kind of early. Like, what receipt? Let me ask you another question, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ask for free agents. Who else would you like for the Jets to target?
I don't mind Juju. Juju could do the same slot things that fucking Jamison Crowder can do. And he's 24 years old, man. and he's
Juju's gonna want. But Juju's gonna want major money though too. Juju's gonna be about 13, 14 million a year. You know what I'm saying? You think he's gonna give you that?
You don't send out. You send out offers. You got to rate these guys, and Joe Douglas knows what he's doing. You got to rate these fucking free agents, right? Somebody like Juju's got to be like in that third tier. You don't go offering him, the day fucking free agency starts. You wait and see what his market is. And you don't overpay for somebody like that because he's not a difference maker. He's not somebody that can line up outside the numbers and can beat people one-on-one. He's more like Jamison Crowder. But he's like
so wait, if Juju's not that kind of player, why are you giving him $14 million?
Oh, I wouldn't give him $14 million. I'd say if he could, I would give Crowder's money to him. Definitely, I'd sign him for 4 years.
He's not going to take that, bro.
Annual value.
Bro, he's gonna go higher than that.
Then that's fine. Then I go after Curtis Samuel. That he's on my fucking first tier list because he's a yak monster. He's young. He's proven.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think? What do you think Curtis Samuel signed for then? Because listen, it's not just you. Everybody wants him. Everybody. I've heard a lot of people say this, right? So what do you think? What do you think his contract will go for? Because now that everybody realizes that this kid is talented, he's a yak monster. His fucking numbers are going to go up, bro. Like,
I don't know.
What I'm saying? Like, everyone's talking about getting him for a steal. I don't see how you can get a steal when everyone says that everyone's repeating the same thing. So I'm pretty sure these scouts and these GMs are saying the same thing that we're saying.
I'm not good about predicting contracts, but he's going to get in that $14 million a year range, and I would give it to him because that kind of player is essential for the San Francisco system, where you're running fucking fly sweeps and.
So wait a minute, you're going to give Curtis Samuel $14 million a year, but not Juju Smith-Schuster $14 million a year?
Yes, absolutely.
Woo.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You wouldn't rather allocate that to somebody on the outside and then draft somebody in the draft that you could find that could play the slot for that's going to become a whole lot cheaper.
See, these things are all tied together. That's why we need to know who we sign. It changes. It changes if. Say we sign Allen Robinson. Say we sign fucking Allen Robinson and we sign Joe Thuney. Then for sure in the draft I'm not taking a receiver in round one. But if we keep Sam and we trade back, then my fucking top target is Chase or Smith. So it's all tied together. But I don't understand. There's a lot of right answers, and we haven't had this in a long, long time. You guys know that. There's a lot of ways that this team could be successful next year.
Well, let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. You say, we signed Allen Robinson. You wouldn't take a top receiver, right? Okay. So let me ask you another question. So what if Chase drops down to just, I know this is shits and giggles, but say, we trade back and he's sitting there at like 12. Say we trade with San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there at 12.
That's
exactly.
I
said for shits and giggles, bro. But I'm just saying, no.
Yeah, you're full of shit is what you are right now.
Listen. Hold on. What's my man name that signed with Dallas last year that dropped, man? What's his name? What's my dude name?
CeeDee Lamb.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that happens. I'm just saying though.
Like, hey, Tyson brought the heat right there, man. That's a good example. That's a good fucking example. Nobody thought he was dropping to like 16 or 18, wherever the fuck.
Hell no. So that's what I'm saying. So like when it comes to the draft, that's why I think that in free agency, I think Joe Douglas has a plan of a all around attack. He's just not attacking one area. I think he's going to attack a lot of areas because you don't want to go in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Trying to draft for needs. You want to draft for talent. So you know what I'm saying? So I think the
offensive line though could be solved with free agency pretty easy, man. Thuney, Lindsey, you got your left guard, your center. You move the guy we have now over to Connor McDermott over to not McGovern. Who the fuck am I thinking about? McGovern. McGovern over to right guard. People shit on Fant, not in this show, but dude, he did good, man. He's not the problem.
He played well last year.
He's fucking not the problem. You keep that guy at his cap number. You're not going to find a starting right tackle at his number. You keep him for 1 year. In fact, I'm even open if you want to fucking. Well, no, I actually need to see him in this system first. If we're going to talk about extending him or restructuring, I need to see the way he looks in this system, and he needs to stay healthy. But everybody thinks that our left tackle is, dude, he's awesome. He's fucking awesome. But he only played like 12 games? That's a problem, man. I think he needs to drop like 30 pounds.
Eric, but In fairness, though, they had no preseason. It was not your normal NFL offseason. So in this offseason, he could change his diet again, change his training program, a completely different regimen where he could be much improved just health-wise just due to like an NFL offseason. So I understand what you're saying, but I give him the benefit of the doubt and see with the whole COVID world last year, that was a mess, man. So he could be a lot better just health-wise this year.
I love him. He's a star, man.
And also,
I just need him. He needs to be on the field. Fucking 12
also,
games.
Also, too, man, you can draft. I think Kansas City gave the blueprint of also having solid backups. You know what I'm saying, for all positions. You know what I'm saying, being able to have guys that are interchangeable.
That's not a Kansas City blueprint. That's a successful organization blueprint. That's if you're a quality team, you draft one. You have depth everywhere. You don't,
Well,
that's just
anything,
anything, man.
Have we been a quality football team? Have we been a quality?
But I'm saying it's not a blueprint for the Chiefs. That's a blueprint. That's a blueprint for the fucking Ravens, the Chiefs, the Packers. It's all depth and quality drafts and quality signings.
Who do you want at 23, Tyson?
What's that?
Who do you want at 23?
Oh, dude, I don't know. You got to tell me who we get in free agency first. 'Cause I'm all in on Allen Robinson. Like, I want Robinson. I want, like, a lot of premier players in free agency, and then you have flexibility in the draft.
Allen Robinson is going to command close to 20 million.
I don't care. It works for me. I don't give a rat's ass. I don't care.
That's not what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying to you is this, though. Kansas City just showed
How are we back to you now? How do we go back to Tyrone now? How is it always go back to what Tyrone believes what Tyrone says? How the hell are we get in this circle now?
Because you just cut me off and you made a point and you tried to shit on my point. And
it doesn't matter how you're doing.
You didn't listen to what I was saying. What I was saying is this, though. Kansas City just proved to you what happens when you don't have quality backups. That was the point I was trying to
Shut up, bitch.
See, you're talking about backups, but we don't even have starters, man.
Eric, thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. I'll see you.
Prime time, I need you to take over the sound bites, man. Fuck this, man. You know what? I need the sound bites.
I'm just sitting back enjoying the show. I haven't touched the sound bite yet. I haven't done anything. I'm just sitting back. I'm enjoying it, man.
I need to have control of the sound bites one night. I'm just saying, put that in my contract, man. I'm putting that in when I renegotiate my numbers, man. I'm definitely putting that shit in the contract.
Well, I guess we'll go to Ivan because Tyrone's got. What's going to happen, Kevin? I see how this show is going to go. We'll bring a caller on, and then Tyrone's going to be like, let me ask you a question. And me and you are sit here and listen to him waffle for about 8 or 9 minutes, and then we got to bail him out. That's how this is going to go.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm enjoying it right now.
Whatever. Hey, have fun, man. Let's go.
Let's go to Ivan. Ivan, what's up, man? Welcome to Tyrone's show. We're just here to enjoy it.
What's going on?
Oh, thank you for having me. It's quite the new show. I'm digging the new format, I must say. Very chaotic.
So what's on your mind, man? What are your thoughts on Jamison Crowder, man? Stay or go?
I personally I would try to restructure him. Like I really like the thing with him is like if he were to be able to stay healthy and play all 16 games. With that production, I would definitely say keep him at that price for that 1 year. But I think how many games did he play? Maybe like 10, 11. Like he missed a decent amount, and so I would try to restructure it. If not, unfortunately, move on. Personally, like for me personally, like I'm a big Jamar Chase guy. Like I'm gonna give my takes on the assumption that like we keep Sam only because like I hate talking about the quarterback situation right now. Like I don't know if you saw it, but like J.J. Watt posted a photo of him at the gym, and like at the bottom it said like all gas, no brakes. And I spent like an hour just on Twitter seeing how many Jet fans are trying to like rationalize what that could mean. Like, could he want to be on the Jets? No, that means Deshaun Watson wants to be on the Jets. Like, it's all speculation, you know. Like, if I have no idea, I don't think anyone really does, and so I think it's kind of pointless.
That all gas, no brakes thing is used by 13 fucking teams, college teams, pro teams. It's used by everybody now. It's not even unique to the Jets anymore.
Yeah, I agree. And so
everyone stole that.
Yeah, everyone stole it from each other, and yeah. So like, but what I was saying is like, I'm a big Jamar Chase guy. Like the thing with me is like, everyone. Like I'm not a big college guy. I saw his highlights 2 years ago when he played with Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson, and he was ridiculous. I think he averaged like 20 yards a catch. Like he had like 18, 20 touchdowns, And again, we've seen what Justin Jefferson did at the pro level last year, and every NFL expert has agreed that Jamar Chase was the better of the two. You know, I think he I agree with you, Tyson. I would not mind Allen Robinson at all, but personally, I would choose Godwin over Allen Robinson if we go after one, only because of the age. Like, I get production aside, like obviously like Allen Robinson's a beast, there's no denying that. I'm just really like, I agree with the idea of like we want to build the roster with like a core nucleus of like a receiver, a offensive lineman, a quarterback, a D lineman, et cetera, and you know, I think the younger the better. You know, I think he's 25, 24, and like he's already proven he can be like, I'm not saying he can be like the number one guy, but he can be like a 1A or like definitely like a number 2. And so I think with Godwin, Jamar Chase, and then Lindsley, I'm a big getting Lindsley from the Packers. Sorry.
So you're getting Jamar Chase where 2?
No, I would again. I'm assuming we're gonna keep Sam because again, like I have no like. It's not that I want Sam necessarily, but like I'm not gonna say they're gonna pick Justin Fields or they're gonna pick Zach Wilson because I have no idea what the fuck they're gonna do. I don't think anyone does if we're being completely honest. Like I'm not like it's. I mean so because of that I think we're gonna trade down to maybe like 4 or 5. For that's my assumption as of now. Until Deshaun Watson comes out and says I want to be a Jet or I want to be a Dolphin or Joe Douglas says, you know what, we're going to trade Sam or we're looking at a new quarterback. Like, I'm just going to go with what we currently have because, again, there's no point in trying to figure out who the quarterback will be.
So in your world, until further notice, you think the Jets are going to keep Sam. So at number 2, would you take Jamar Chase or would you, if you can't trade down?
Everybody try to trade down.
Okay.
Okay.
But what if you can't trade down?
5.
What if you don't get the offer you want?
If you don't get the offer you want, I find it hard to think that like not a single team will want to trade up for one of the quarterbacks in the draft, whether it's Zach Wilson, especially like as we were talking with today's the 15th, 16th of February. Like I guarantee you, come April 20th, like a week before the draft or whenever the draft is, there will be a team hungry enough and desperate enough to want to trade up. Who that team is, I don't know. Maybe the Falcons, maybe the Panthers. Who knows what? Who knows? But I do think there will be a team. I can't tell you who it will be. But I definitely do think there will be a team that will be willing to trade.
So in your perfect world, you take that trade down. You hope that you can get Jamar Chase there. You get Lindsley, and then you'd have what, Godwin, Chase. I guess you're getting rid of Crowder then, if you wouldn't need him then at the slot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get rid of Crowder,
and
then use that second first round pick on the best available offensive lineman. If not, then like get Joe Thuney. But again, like my big thing is just trying to get a Jamar Chase. I don't know what you guys.
Listen. I the thing about Chase is what has he done for the last year? That's kind of like the X factor of what you're getting. You know, like you got to see what his pro workouts like. But he's probably the best receiver in the draft, dude. So I get your stance there. If you have Mims, Chase, and Godwin, I mean it's hard to argue with that. To be honest with you, that's big time, you know. But I guess for me, it's just, you know, that's not bad, dude. I mean, what do you think, Tyrone?
No, I definitely agree with him. So you're looking at keeping Sam as a quarterback, right?
That's where I disagree.
No. I'm not. Well, again, I'm not saying the. Again, like personally, like obviously, like I want Deshaun Watson. Like that's my clear number 1.
Yeah.
But then after that, I'm not going to give you an opinion. It's not that I don't have one, but it's like, my opinion doesn't really mean anything because like I have no idea who the fuck.
Your opinion matters, man. Your opinion matters, Ivan. We all value your opinion here on Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes down to picking the quarterback, I think it's what risk you want to take. That's what it comes down to. Because both choices, whether you keep Sam or whether you draft a new guy, there's going to be risk involved. And which risk? How do you weigh each risk? Which is heavier for you, and which risk do you want to take? And that's what it comes down to. Personally, like me personally, I would keep Sam, me personally. But again, like I have no problem if you know what Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh says. You know what, Zach Wilson is. We think he can run our offense the best. And then God bless him, and I'll root for him obviously. But again, that's why I don't really want to talk about quarterback because like I have no idea what they're gonna do.
That's why I asked you that. No, that's why I asked you that because you said the move back scenario. That's why I asked that. But go ahead, Tyson.
No, so then I get what you're saying. So offensive line is clearly going to be a priority for you. So what do you do with Alex Lewis and what do you do with Greg Van Roten?
I would definitely cut Alex Lewis because in my opinion, Van Roten and Alex Lewis are pretty much a similar playing level. one of them is not significantly better than the other one. So, like, given that logic, I would cut the more expensive of the two, which I believe is Lewis. And then Van Roten, I would, depending on who was signed, I would, what is he at, $3 million, I think you guys said?
Yeah, yep.
Yep, I would keep him just like as a depth piece, have him compete with Elfline, and then I guess.
Well, you got to sign Elfline. He's a free agent.
Oh fuck! Okay. Yeah. Well then personally I would cut both of them and sign Elfline.
So then, what do you do with George Fant?
Isn't Fant a tackle though? I thought Elfline was a guard.
Yeah, but I'm saying just in general, George Fant, he's on 9.3 on the books. You could save 7.3 if you cut him.
Yeah, I mean, I would keep him unless, like, again, so with that second first round pick, I don't know if Joe Douglas can do some magic, maybe trade up and, like, if not Penei Sewell, but Rashawn Slater. Again, I'm also a big Rashawn Slater guy. I think he's going to be sneaky the number one overall tackle prospect, and I think if we can maybe trade up and get him move up at like 10, 12, I think we can take him there. But if not, then yeah, I would keep Fant.
Okay, good take, I like that, bro. Good take.
Yeah, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Have a good one.
Yo, I got to say something, man. Get out in there, bro.
What's that?
I got to say something, yo. Big up to my man, Yankee John. What up, baby? It's my guy. What's going on, bro?
What, because he called me and Tyson out for interrogating you?
You're saying that until you see the tweets about you.
Exactly. No. I saw the tweets, man. Listen, yo, I love my guy because my guy cuts no slack, bro, at all. I love it, bro. So, you gotta understand, bro. Listen, I was a fan of this show, bro. So watching him tweet and stuff like that, bro, being on the show, bro. So,
So prime time, you see where our problem is now. So not only did Tyrone watch the tape, now he's watching Twitter during the show. It's no wonder he's waffling on his takes.
I'm not watching Twitter. Bro, yo, man, I'm not watching Twitter. My fucking phone.
This man's all over the place. He's watching film. He's watching Twitter. The only thing he's not watching is the salary cap. What the hell?
Hey, you know what I'm doing right now, Tyson? I had to take me a couple of shots, man. I had to get myself right. I can't do this show sober, man. Fuck this. I can't do that, bro. I had to get myself calmed down back to normal. Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's hope so. I mean, it can't get any worse than this. So, all right. So we're gonna go to Dylan in Long Island. Dylan, what's up, man?
Yeah, hey, man. How you guys doing?
Doing good, bro. How you doing, bro?
I didn't expect to get on so quickly today. So.
That's because we're trying to save Tyrone.
What's tonight's topic?
Jamison Crowder.
What about him?
I mean, do you know him? Are you friends with him? What's he eat for dinner?
I know who he is, but re-signing him or cutting him or trading him like that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Do you want to cut him and save $10 million, or do you want to keep him, restructure him?
$10 million. What was his previous contract? $10 million for what? Or his current contract, I guess.
No, he's in his last year's
right now,
contract. It's 10.5.
Yeah, he's on his last year's contract. He's making 11.3. If you cut him, you could save 10.3.
11.3. Oh shit. Okay. Damn.
Yep.
I know 11.3. I didn't know it was that high. Shit.
I would like, as much as I would want to say yes, I would. He was the only reason why our offense was watchable last season. To be honest, to be fair, but yes, I mean, if I wasn't a Jets fan and I would, from the perspective of another fan, I would definitely say cut him. $10 million is a lot of money. You can get maybe a player or two worth $10 million on small, low risk, high reward contracts. Personally, for me, but talking about like you guys talking about like the draft and stuff. I'm just glad like we have like a lot of options to go to and make a sense, because we could either it all depends on what Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh want to do. If they want to keep Sam, then we can go either tackle in Penei Sewell, or we can get Devontae Smith. I personally think that Devontae Smith is better than Jamar Chase personally. Only because whatchamacallit, when Jamar played with Joe Burrow, he had like Terrence Marshall and Joe Burrow throwing the ball to him, and also they would just consistently blow out teams like out of the water. Their team was like probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest team assembled in college football. I think that team was loaded, and you could tell because the very year after that they sucked. So
would you take him at 2?
Who? Jamar Smith? No, I wouldn't take it. If we traded down, I would take him. But I don't think he's that valuable for the number 2 pick. Because
do you take Devontae Smith over Jamar Chase?
Yeah. this might be. I'm a Bama fan. This might be biased, but that's my personal preference.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Wait, hold on, Tyrone. Hold on. So if you're a Bama fan, you may be biased. What's your take on Mac Jones?
Mac Jones?
Yep.
Mac Jones. I don't think. Do you mean like in the regard of us getting him, like if we got him, or do you mean in general?
Is he a first round talent? Where should he go as a quarterback? What's your evaluation of him?
I would say he's probably I think he's an early second round, maybe mid to late first round pick. I don't think he's going top 10, but he has a great deep ball. I think he's not very athletic. He doesn't have a lot of athleticism because the times he has gotten hit and the times that he's tried running it to get a first down, he has like knee problems. You could see him like constantly. You could see him constantly limping, and he has, if he gets hit too hard, I feel like it's a very scary situation. I know he's 6'4" and he's like 225, 230, but even still, like I'm so glad our offense was the way it did because he didn't have to keep running for his life. Thankfully, the offensive line, he had Najee Harris to give the ball to, but the times he did, he looked very shaky. But concerning his throwing, he has a very great deep ball, but you have to take that with a grain of salt because he did have Devontae Smith, who was Heisman winner, and he even had Jalen Waddle for the first couple of games, and then he had Jalen Waddle for the college football game. So, it depends on your preference. But if we're talking about like Jets, I don't think we should get him because he's not a team fit.
I got a question for you. What about Harris, the running back? What do you think about him? I mean, do you think we should take him at 23, or are you looking for him to go in the second round?
No, I'm not taking a running back at 23. I don't think it's a necessity. I honestly really like Ty Johnson and the whatchamacallit. What's the second running?
P. Ryan.
Yeah, I like Josh Adams and Ty Johnson. I think that Mike LaFleur will use them because they did show flashes, right? Like they did have some good runs, and I think at one point Ty Johnson had a 100-yard game, right? So I think with the properly built offensive line, you can make any mediocre running back look good. I don't think it doesn't have to be like this Derrick Henry sort of running back where he just bulldozes and nobody wants to tackle him. I think you can make any good running back good. Like look at the Buffalo Bills. They built their offensive line up. They got Feliciano, Spain, Ford, and they made Devin Singletary look like a regular season 1,000-yard rusher. So. But I would not personally take him at 23. And I love Najee Harris. I love watching him play and run over people and dragging like 2 or 3 people while he's running. But I don't think he's 23. If he's there in the second round, I might consider taking him. But I don't think we need running back. I don't think it's a priority. I'd rather get a QB in the offensive line or a wide receiver.
You're a big Bama fan, right? So one more question. What about Mosley, the linebacker? What do you think about him?
Mosley. Oh, he dropped off, dude. He actually hung up. I guess he dropped off. So Mosley, what Mosley? The Mosley that we have on our team now?
Nah, not the one on our team, Alabama. Not because I watch a lot of Alabama. So when you get a guy that watches Alabama, I wanted to really know his perspective on those kind of players. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to get his take on Waddle. I was curious to see what he thought about Waddle, but
listen, but ain't Waddle? Ain't he probably the best receiver one of the best receivers in the draft? He wouldn't have got hurt. Kid is like he's like a human joystick, man. He's kind of remind you of my man from Kansas City, bro. He's just all over the place, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But with his injury, do you think he'll drop Tyson? I mean, with his injury,
I don't know, man. I think there's gonna be a run on receivers too. I think everybody's looking for playmakers, especially all these teams. They're gonna have to cut all these players they can't afford. There's gonna be a lot of desperate teams for playmakers. You know what? You get them in the draft, dude. So there could be a run on them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because you definitely. I mean, and that's the thing about it, man. Like, we're talking about bringing in players and stuff like that, but why spend? I mean, I'm sorry, man. giving Juju Smith-Schuster $14 million a year, or even giving Samuels $14 million a year, that's a lot, bro. That's a lot. When you can,
well, I mean, listen, you're going to get what you pay for, dude. So, I mean, you can't give Samuel $14 million a year. I mean, that's a little bit out of my ballpark. But if you're going to get a prime, like Godwin's coming off, he's super young, super talented. He had some drop issues the end of last year, but dude, the kid's got all-world talent, and he's so young. That's a guy. You give him a 5-year contract, and he's going to be here till he's 30. I mean, that's perfect timing for this. So I don't mind paying him. Allen Robinson. But people don't understand how good he is because he's been dealing with shitty quarterbacks.
Allen Robinson and Godwin, bro, are my two top receivers in this free agency. So I don't care what they want. You know what I'm saying? I definitely give them what it takes to get them in the building. I just think that it gives us a whole new dramatic of what we can have with Mims and stuff like that. So, and we move on from Crowder. I didn't even realize he was getting 11.3, bro. Like, that's fucking. I thought he was getting 10.5. I didn't know he was getting 11.3. That's a lot of money, bro.
What the hell? What's the way? $800,000 is going to change your opinion on him?
No, I'm just saying, bro. Like,
$800,000. That big of a fucking deal?
His production.
The 10.5 is what we saved, or the 10.3, whatever it is.
Yeah. I didn't know he was getting. I mean, when you hear like, we could have Robbie for $12 million. So, I mean, would you rather have Robbie or Crowder? Let me ask you a question.
We already know this answer.
Exactly. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That just clicked in my head. I'm like, fuck, man, we could have kept Robbie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I didn't. It's like, shit's crazy, bro. Like, I mean, that's the difference between those kind of players. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you don't have a productive quarterback and you don't have a productive line, you don't have a productive running game, this is what happens, man. So, everyone's talking about what we need and all this talent. I mean, you have to understand also, too, we haven't been a very productive team. We keep talking about building. You know what I'm saying? We need to build this. You know what I'm saying? We've neglected our line for fucking 10 years. So everybody wants to fix it all in one season, which makes no sense to me because, I mean, it needs to get fixed, you know what I'm saying? But it's not an overnight fix. This is 10 years of bad fucking drafting, man. Bad management.
But that's all true. But all these excuses that you're kind of conjure up here, I'm not buying any of them right now because now you have a ton of cap space and a ton of draft picks to address holes with no fucking excuses. None. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody about.
How many times have we had that?
We can't.
No,
what?
I'm not making any excuses. But how many times have we had?
But I understand. But here's the deal, though. But if we're gonna be honest about this, is fucking Joe Douglas's first year was a redshirt year. He didn't do jack shit because he was hired after the fact, after they already wasted all the cap space and fucking dollars. Last year they bargained basement shops and we blamed everything on Gase, and the fucking guy made a lot of mistakes. This year, dude, he's had nothing but time in a 2-14 season to figure out how to fix this mess. That's been his only goddamn job. When you watch his offensive line play like shit, he should be like, oh, my God, I'm not only ruining Sam, I have no goddamn offense. So, there's no excuses this year. You have money, you have draft picks. If he doesn't fix the offensive line this year, he's fucking incompetent. Seriously, dude.
I mean,
this isn't you just said it's not that hard to find offensive linemen. You can either buy one or draft one. You can do whatever you want. Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I agree with you. I mean, my whole point in saying that is, man, it's just like, we've been through this. We've been on this road so many fucking times, man.
Yeah, I don't care about the past, dude. I don't listen, dude. Tyrone, you live in the past, you stay in the past, dude. I'm tired of hearing about all the things the Jets did fucking wrong. They've had a 2-14 season to figure out their plan for this year. They've had nothing but time in their hands while dealing with incompetence to see all their glaring holes, see how they fucked up their rookie quarterback. They have the blueprint for everything to do wrong because they've done everything wrong for 3 fucking years. So you know how to ruin a quarterback. You know how to have the worst offensive football. You know how to be poorly coached. You know how to have the worst offensive line of football. You know how bad everything is because you have it. So now you have exactly what you need to know to change it. Like, dude, seriously, this shouldn't be that hard for him. Like, they should have a clear blueprint. All right, here's all our problems. Here's how we fix them. That he has to.
No, you're right. I mean, it starts at that one position. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna show how the rest of this shit gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's no excuse why this team is this bad. It's no excuse why we've been this bad for this long.
And the other thing too, and it's good. Like now, it's like all the built-in excuses that he had for last year. Well, the reporting structure was fucked up, and Adam Gase had too much power. Blah 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 blah. It's all fucking gone now. So now these are your guys. And now you hired a coach. This is your coach that you hired that should have the same philosophy as you. You should work hand in hand to go, these are the players that work for this offense. It's not going to be, a square peg in a round hole. No, we know. Listen, the guy you sign as fans, we're going to assume he's a plug-and-play player for Mike LaFleur's offense. I don't want to hear about, they've all got to be on the same page now, Tyrone. Like, there's no more excuses for any of them. You sign a guy, that means this coach and this offense, it works for him. They're all on the same page now.
Listen, I don't even give two shits who they bring in. I just want to see a productive football team with talent. You know what I'm saying? And this is the one thing that we lack the most is talent in the right positions. So I mean, we're an open canvas, man, because we need everything. I mean, there's no solid positions on this team that that's really untouchable. There's nobody on this team that's untouchable now that we looked at what Sam is. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but at the same time, you're bringing in a new head coach. You're bringing in a new system. So, you know what I'm saying, you got to get the right kind of pieces in to make that work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure they're going through the roster now, evaluating, talent and what can work and what can't work. But at the end of the season, at the end of the day, we have a lot of money to be able to fix them all. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he's got a lot of lessons learned.
Question. I mean, if there's only one group that can fix this off season, who would it be? I know you're going to say offensive line, right? Prime time,
dude, that's where your game is won, dude. But that's where your game is won. It's a no-brainer. And the thing is, and this is what bothers me so much, is because this is what this general manager is supposed to be, an offensive line guy. All right, last year didn't really work out that well. This year it has to be right because chances are you're either going to have a Sam Darnold who's very fragile and you need to get him deprogrammed to playing at a high level, or a rookie quarterback that this is his first impression to the NFL. You don't want him running for his life. You don't want him getting his ass beat. You want this all to be right. You've seen how to destroy a quarterback. Now he's got to learn, okay, listen, I have to address my line immediately because my quarterback has to be saved. I have to implement an offense. That's your number one priority, hands down, and then you get your playmakers. But prime time, isn't it? It starts and ends the offensive line. It really has to.
No, absolutely, and that's why I keep saying, let's simplify it. Instead of focusing on all of our needs as far as O-line, wide receiver, edge, cornerback, focus on just the offensive side of the ball and building around whoever your quarterback is going to be, and that starts up front with the offensive line. Go out and spend the money, get your top two, free agents as far as, offensive lineman goes, whether, that's Lindsley or Tooney or Scherf, whoever it is. Get your top two guys, build that wall, probably allocate another, somewhat premium draft pick or two, like rounds 2, rounds 3, something like that. And there you go. You're set.
Yep. I agree.
Sure indeed. That's the whole thing with it. Why try to fix and that's where everyone gets confused, man. We can't fix all this in one off season. So fix one aspect of it. And even before we get looking at playmakers, man, fix the fucking line. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the other thing,
should be the first guy.
The other thing too, Tyrone, if we're being honest, is we're going to have a lot of faith in the head coach that he can do some smoke and mirror stuff with his defense. Where it's like, listen, I'm completely with primetime, dude. I'm all about the offense. If we lose 38-35 next year every game, I'm fucking fine with it. Because I want our offense to return to the NFL. And I also have some faith in Saleh where listen, he can do more with less, as he showed with San Francisco last year. Because half his team was goddamn hurt and they were still competitive. So you have them disciplined, you have them smart, you have good schemes, you make adjustments, and you try to hold your own. And maybe C.J. Mosley, you catch lightning in a bottle with a hand where he comes out and plays like an all-pro linebacker like he used to be. We have no idea. But I'm investing money all over the offense, dude. I mean, just saturate it. Where it's like there's talent everywhere where we can compete and get to a high level and be just one of the better teams in the AFC in the offense.
No, that's true. I mean, I can't argue with you that. So that's what we need. That's what we've been lacking for so long. You know what I'm saying? It seems like, we fix one. It always seems like we fix one thing and then something else breaks.
We didn't fix shit last year. So what we'll do is we'll go to John. We didn't. Did we? Don't get me started. Because now you got me all. I was trying to be calm.
You already
I was
got
going to let you talk. Fuck.
I answered a phone call and then I came back and you were yelling. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Fuck this. I'm so tired of I'm tired of excuses. I'm tired of justifying poor decisions. Dude, it's put up or shut up time for this team, man.
You're tired of losing, bro. But the
tired
one
of being
thing
tired.
about it is, man. Yeah, I'm tired of the loser. I'm tired of the loser organization. That's the biggest thing about me, Mo. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of just laughing stock of the league, not having talent. You know, and it's crazy because, you know, you get all hyped up and everyone was making all these big ass deals about, you know, why y'all want to tank, why y'all want to tank. This is the reason why we fucking wanted to tank, bro. Because that number one decision is easy, bro.
My fear is still, and I hate to go down this path, my fear is still that what we saw from Joe Douglas last year might still be what we're going to get this year, only because if they even want to go like rookie quarterback and kind of start over that way, well, that's pretty much saying that you're at least 2 to 3 years away from competing. So is Joe Douglas the guy that wants to build his roster through free agency, or is he going to try to take the slow, methodical approach? Maybe, you know, he's a little bit about his ego. He thinks he could build the offensive line through the draft and find guys, you know, diamonds in the rough, mid to late rounds. Like, I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know if he's going to be the kind of guy that's going to overpay to get his top guys in here, even though he has the money and we think he should. I mean, there's no reason, I don't think, for him not to go out and get, you know, a top offensive lineman and a top receiver, you know, but is that going to be his approach? I hope so, but I don't know. We don't know what he is yet.
I hope he understands that we need fucking talent, bro. That's the most important thing. You need quality instead of quantity. You know what I'm saying?
It's no newsflash.
I mean, absolutely, bro. I don't know if that you know. I don't think that's. I think it has to be a mixture of both, man. I don't think he's going to overly go out and spend crazy, but I think he realized he has to get talent in his fucking business. In his building.
I got a question for you then. I got a question then. See, now I'm playing your role. I've learned from you now, so I'm gonna keep saying that. I got a question. So, if we go into this offseason just like last year, when we had all these expectations, like right now, if you ask any Jets fan, they're being honest. We're all saying the same names. We're saying what? Godwin and Allen Robinson and Thuney and Sherp. Some people are saying go after Shaq Barrett. Spend all this money. If we walk away and don't get any of them, and we're not even big players for any of them, will you consider that a disappointment?
Hell yeah, it'd be a disappointment. In a year when nobody got no cap money, bro, hell yeah, I'd be pissed the fuck off. That show right there would be legendary. Nah, bro, it's crazy as shit. I'm sorry, bro. There's no excuse for not, bro. Listen, I know we're not name chasing, like we're not doing the Tannenbaum area or whatever, bro. It's not about name chasing, bro. It's about getting talent in the fucking building. I'm sorry, bro. We lack talent, bro. That's, you know, you lack good players in the building. A guy like Thuney can come in, bro, and help really secure your line. You know, get the center from Green Bay. Guys like that, if you can fix your offensive line in one offseason, bro, that's what needs to be fixed. That's what I care more about, is doing stuff like that. I'm not into chasing names, but bro, there's no way in the hell you can go in here and not bring a guy, not even be in the mix for a guy like Allen Robinson when you see the receivers you have. The pyramid shit's not working. The Crowder shit really ain't working. Denzel Mims, the jury's still out. You need fucking talent.
Well, we got Braxton Berrios.
Yo, he's a great punt returner who fair catches the ball every time. He's good. Exactly. He's a great. You know what I'm saying? He's a great fair catcher. But no, it's talent in the building. We need talent. Go ahead.
So prime time, would you be disappointed with all these names, all this cap space, and if we don't walk away with at least one marquee free agent? Would you be disappointed?
I'd be extremely disappointed, but I would still, at least until the season starts, I would give Douglas like somewhat of the benefit of the doubt just to see like what he ended up doing with the draft and whether or not he got, you know, a significant number of impact players that way.
Okay, fair enough. We will go to John in Lakehurst, who's probably shitting his pants to come on the show right now because this is chaos. John, what's up, man?
What's up? Let me on. Let me
Oh,
out.
man, my guy is back. What's up? Oh, shit. Yes, sir. I'm killing right there. Go ahead, John. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. What's going on? You guys just racked my brain with that whole little argument. I had like a whole little spiel I wanted to do, and you fucked me all up, man. It's just chaos. It's like everything I thought to do. I'm like, oh, man, but it really does all start with free agency, right? Like, I know we're all about the draft and everything, but everything starts, like you said, Tyson, what are we going to do in free agency if you just said that to Tyrone, and, like, my heart went to my ankles. Like, if we get no major players out of the free agency and he does the bottom barrel, whatever you want to call it, basement shopping, that would be terrible. I think, whether or not whatever he's going to do in the draft, because then it's like, where are we at? There's no even like cake to put the icing on. So I think what I'm hoping is this free agency is so much better than last year's free agency that we're going to be able to get some of these like an Allen Robinson or a Shaq Barrett. We got to get at least, Thuney. I don't know about the Thuney thing. I'm kind of more going towards the Sheriff thing because I really feel like the Pats are going to bring him back. But I really do like the center from the Packers. I think we should go after him. What's up with the Crowder thing, though? So this is his last year of the contract. So can we possibly trade him or move him, or we just have to cut him or re-sign him?
Well, he's got his last year of his contract left. So if you cut him, you gain back $10 million in cap space.
Right. Because then you guys are bringing up the Godwin thing, and I really wanted to keep Crowder, but then it's like Crowder or Godwin, 25 or an older player, where you're giving them that kind of money. I would think it would have to be restructure Crowder or move on from him and then bring in like a Godwin, because maybe if you got Godwin first and Robinson's like, Godwin's over there, all right, I'll come over there too, kind of like something like that. I think the whole about the draft, though. I was on with you guys last night too, and I was just watching a lot of stuff on Kyle Wilson and just like actually watching him, because we got to see Fields like against Clemson, like in kind of a clutch game, and I feel like everybody's sleeping on Fields a little bit. I don't know, how do you guys feel about that?
No, I mean,
yeah, Tyrone.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, everyone thinks I hate Fields, but I mean, Fields is my 1B. You know what I'm saying? I just think that the talent he played against this season. I mean, I just think that he's gonna need time to before he's a top 10 quarterback in the league. He's gonna need a year or so. But like I said, if you bring him in and you have a good offensive line, you have a good offensive structure, you have good receivers in for him to throw the ball to, and you have a solid running game, let this kid grow and learn. You know what I'm saying? I'm all with it. But Wilson will be my 2A. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think both of these are talented kids. You know what I'm saying? But I think to the point of me, I just think it's time to move on from Sam. So, I think that if they're going to keep Sam and they're going to move back, you know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that bothers me more than anything is I really want to move back and just get a shitload of picks. But, I don't know if that's their plan.
I thought about that argument, too, like the whole Sam thing. It's kind of really the same deal. The only reason I think, like, me and Tyson are on the same page is that we get a new quarterback. Tyson, you can tell me if I'm wrong. I think getting a new quarterback is just the fresh start of the contract. I think where Sam's at in his contract and the underperforming. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that, like, if you put Sam in the right system or whatever, that he couldn't be a halfway decent quarterback, but it's the timing of it that it's like you have to almost move on from Sam and roll the dice with one of these other quarterbacks, whether they're better, the same, because you're kind of getting the same deal. You kind of got to put a system around them and everything, which we didn't get to do with Sam, which sucks. But I think we all like Sam. We would put a system around Sam, but it's kind of the same argument, like whether to keep Sam or not, or these other quarterbacks. The only thing is resetting. We're getting a rookie on a rookie contract instead of having to pay Sam that $25 million for his fifth-year option. So it's not like you don't want to do that for Sam, but it's like, why do that with Sam when you could move him possibly for a late first or something like that, and then now put that equity that you would put around Sam into another quarterback. It's kind of like night and day. It's the same. It's the same. It's really the same argument that goes back and forth with that, because at the end of the day, you want Saleh and Joe Douglas now to put a system around whatever said quarterback. The only thing, we're resetting the money so we have the money at hand to do that instead of paying money to Sam. Right?
No,
you agree on
no,
that?
absolutely, bro. I mean, that's the key point, and I think that's probably the best move to make for us. You know what I'm saying, in the long run. I mean, I just think that you could build a system around Sam, but like you said, he's underperformed. So with him underperforming, why not? Even if these guys aren't as good as Sam is right at this moment, why not reset the clock, start it over again? You still got a bunch of cap money. You're not having to give up the $25 million that could go to players, that could go to receivers, that could go to offensive linemen, tight ends, whatever's necessary to help these young guys be successful. So I definitely agree with that. Then you don't even know if you're going to give Sam his fifth-year option. A lot of people are saying, well, let him play it out. So why even waste that time? You're prolonging what needs to be done. I mean, the saddest thing about it is, like I said, that second pick is probably
wasted Sam's time, right?
Yeah,
we
well,
wasted
the
his
second
time
pick is
that we had him.
I mean, and that's the sad thing about it was, like, what I'm saying, if we would have had this in place Sam's second year, maybe even going into his third year, then you could say, okay, well, we got time. I think going into Sam's fourth year is probably the hardest thing to do, because you really realize that, look, this is either going to work or it's not going to work. So why even take that risk?
That's what I mean, and the underperforming. But then I was like, man, Fields got such a nice deep ball, like the accuracy on the deep ball, and then you kind of seen like his toughness and everything. And I know it's an Ohio State quarterback, but then I was like, what is really, like, they keep saying Zach Wilson's for the Kyle Shanahan offense, and it's like, but doesn't Justin Fields kind of fit that bill too? Because my whole thing was like, maybe take Sam, right? And next year's 23rd or next year's Seattle pick, pair that together and trade them either to San Fran or the Panthers. That way we gain an extra first-round pick this year. Then we have the option of, because I really don't think Atlanta's going to take a quarterback, and I think who will be calling up is Cincinnati, because I think they really want Penei Sewell. So I think if Cincinnati calls up and they want Penei Sewell, maybe we make a phone call to the Dolphins and we're like, Cincinnati's offering of this. What are you offering? So then maybe the Dolphins want to move up and we pair something to get their other first-round pick, which would put us in a nice position. It was like a little draft kind of like fun thing I was thinking about today. But then I'm like, what if we just trade it with Cincinnati? They want Penei Sewell. They come up to 2. We only go back to 5, and then it's like Miami's either taking a receiver or offensive line, and I don't really think anybody has the artillery to move up ahead of us at 5. And then
John, the only thing I was like, if there's a guy that I want at 2, just say it's a quarterback. I'm not going to get cute and try to trade back and see what's going to happen and take a chance nobody else is going to want him. Because if you read over almost every analyst, they say 3 or 4 quarterbacks are going to go in the top 10. So if you have a guy that you want and you're at 2, just take him. Like, I understand the notion of trading back and trying to get cute and get all these other picks. But there's a guy that you consider the second best guy in the draft after Lawrence that you really want, I don't get cute, I just take him. Like, especially if it's a quarterback, dude. Like, I'm not playing any games at all.
Right, and that's what I think is so hard. Like, I wonder what the Jets in their back rooms have in mind. Is it Zach Wilson? Is it Justin Fields? Is it like we're totally going to get?
Like, for example, and the New York Giants, when they got Daniel Jones, I laughed my ass off. I'm like, dude, why the fuck would you do it? But if you have a conviction, but to be honest, because everybody's saying you got to take Haskins, and look how fucking wrong we all were. We made fun of him because you took Daniel Jones over Haskins, and Haskins was a complete disaster. So if you have a conviction about a quarterback, and listen, and I'll say it like this: if at number 2 the Jets come out and take Trey Lance, you know what? If that's your guy and that's who you believe in, go for it. I don't even give a shit. If you're going to double down, this is a quarterback you deem to be the best guy for your team, then take him. Don't get cute, because the last thing you want to do is trade back, and then, quote-unquote, settle for a guy. I don't want to settle for the 3rd or 4th best option when I have the number 2 pick in the draft. Like, I want the second best option, like, next best option at the Trevor Lawrence. That's what I want. Don't get cute. Get your guy, and let's all move on.
It's so crazy, dude, because I think about it. I think about, like, with the Sam draft, and I was, like, calling up WFAN and everything, and I'm like, you know, they kept saying Sam's going to go number 1 overall. And I was like, man, but we land Mayfield, and I know Mayfield now, but Mayfield is like a fiery kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a decent quarterback, and I was like, oh man, we're gonna get Mayfield, and then they went 1 overall and took Mayfield, and it was like we got Sam, and I'm like, almost like you can't believe you got Sam because he was supposed to go number 1 overall, but then it was like look at the performance difference. You know what I mean? So then it's like,
dude, John. If we're being honest, Jet fans ripped the shit out of Josh Allen, didn't we all? We were mocking Josh Allen. And we did. We did draft show. We did draft show after draft show after draft show. All everybody talked about was Rosen, Darnold, and Mayfield, and we all said Josh Allen's not a good quarterback. We don't want him. He's not this. He's not that. And look how stupid we all look.
Right.
When you put the right pieces around them, that's what happens, though.
You know what? It's like fucked up because it's kind of the same thing, man. Like, and that's what I've been like really feeling because I was like, why? They were like, okay, Josh Allen's not NFL ready, but he's got that cannon. They kept talking about that cannon, and then like his run after him, and he really is similar to Zach Wilson. Like on a lot of those things, like he's got the cannon, he's got the mobility, and he's got like the little trickery plays and the sidearm throws. And so then it's like, you know, like based off their analysis, it's like, okay, Lawrence and then, you know, Field or Wilson. And I feel like I'm like, I want it to be Zach Wilson, but I'm so afraid to say that because it's really like boom or bust. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like how that's Primetime's thing of like if Joe Douglas and Saleh commit to him and it's boom or bust, they're kind of writing their own death certificate. You know what I mean? But he really does seem very similar to Josh Allen. His mobility, how no fear running out of the pocket.
I'm gonna say this right here, though. I think Wilson's a way better quarterback coming out than Josh Allen. I think that his anticipation and everything else that he does, he throws the ball like I said, he throws the ball really, really well. So I think that that part of it.
I agree. His
anticipation,
I
love that.
He gets a little fucking cute. I was watching like a lot of his film shit, and it's just like he makes like a dude will be wide open left side of the field, but he's like forcing the ball almost, it seems, to where like he's expected to go with it as soon as the blitz is in his face. So you never know, and that's faster in the NFL. So then I'm like, not like it's like a Johnny Manziel thing. You know what I'm saying? Looked great in college. He looked terrible in football as soon as he got blitzed. And then the drug issues, but like minus all that. But I'm saying I feel like he's more accurate, but he just like some of the plays he looks really good, and then he looks really bad at some points. So it's like
sounds like Sam Darnold.
Thinking, yeah, exactly. Like Sam Darnold looks lights out sometimes. Like the first year we had him, and then it's like all of a sudden that blitz starts hitting you and everything, and now you're seeing ghosts and whatever monsters, and and it's like you wonder if you're going to see the same thing with him. Barbecue steak, it doesn't fucking matter, man.
Well, the one thing I hope they do, if we do get another quarterback in or whatever they decide to do at quarterback, I really hope that they surround this quarterback with a good offensive line and some talent. And I think that's half the battle right there. We watched what happened with Josh Allen. We watching his development, and he's in our division, so we're going to have to see him for a while. And he's only going to get better because, like I said, they're well coached and they put good things around him.
Right.
Exactly.
They
and on top of that, but
if
you watch what they did the year prior to that, they fixed the offensive line, and that made a big difference, man. So like I said, it's crazy that it took us this long to figure this out. That our organization to figure out that the offensive line is very important. But what I'm saying, let's hope Joe D, understands what's important.
That's why I'm right there with Tyson on it. Like we got to spend in free agency because we got to surround whoever with talent. Because if we don't, like, Miami's got a good coach. They got some decent players. They got 2 first-round picks also. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we got an earlier pick than them, but then they got the 18th pick. We got the 20. You know what I'm saying? They're right in the same ballpark. And they already have Tua 1 year under his belt. Like, everybody's giving him shit, looking to move on from but I think they're going to just continue to put pieces around him. Then you got Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills. And Bill Belichick's still over there. Like our division's looking a little rough.
Well, not even that, John. But John, not even that. Look at the AFC and all the young quarterbacks on the rise. You got Mayfield, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow when he comes back. Like you got to keep up with the Joneses, man. You're gonna get past 5. So You got to find your guy. You got to get your offense up to speed, and you got to start rolling. You got to get. We've been going backwards for a couple of years now. Now we got to go back in the right direction. It starts with offense and everything else. So thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Good. No good.
Oh no, I was gonna say, who thought Justin Herbert was gonna ball out? They were all saying he wasn't ready either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't even listen to all that shit. And real quick on primetime, I complimented you on your steak on video chat, and then you went right back to the Sam Darnold shit, primetime.
I've been quiet tonight. I'm sitting back. I'm letting everybody talk about quarterbacks, whether you want Fields or Wilson. I'm not saying anything tonight. I'm trying to avoid it. Sometimes I get roped in, and I have to, give a little jab or two before I get out. But tonight I'm being good.
Primetime, you said you had your rap about Sam Darnold, right? I might call in next Monday.
Coming very soon.
Is it coming next Monday? Because I'll write a rap why we shouldn't keep Sam Darnold. Maybe you should write a rap why you keep Sam Darnold. Where you at?
Was that a challenge to a rap battle?
A rap battle.
Oh, rap battle, yeah.
I can't freestyle for shit, but I'll come up with something. I got time to think it, but
John, I'm telling you right now. But John, I'm telling you right now, I'm already voting for you. You already got my vote.
Hey, next week, let's go, baby.
Wow.
Oh, let's
like that.
Dang, primetime. Why don't believe in your skills, primetime.
Okay.
Do
you don't believe in your skills, primetime.
Eminem's movie and everything. You do why we should keep Sam Darnold. I'll do why we shouldn't.
Oh, wow. Hey,
you could be like,
I like
side
that.
to the track. That would be fun.
Primetime. He called you out on the air, baby.
I like
he called you out
underdog.
on the air, baby. Do you accept primetime? That's the question. Do you accept the challenge?
Oh, I always accept. And just like Jay, it'll be the same outcome.
Oh, shit. Now, you did get Jay on the snakes, so I'll give you that. But I'll have to try to contact you guys, through Instagram?
Yeah, whatever you want. Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That battle's on. You versus primetime.
Yes, the battle of the battle. Sam stays.
The battle
of
whether
Sam
Sam stays and goes. Right.
Have a good night, man.
All right, man.
Night,
You guys take care. Later.
Yo, the Thriller in Manila is going down on Let's Talk Jets.
How do I get roped into all this shit?
Time.
You know what's funny is Yankee John's probably listening right now. Yankee John's probably like, what the fuck happened to this show? They used to be professional. They used to be all like organized, and this is just chaos, man.
Yo, no cursing, no none of that. Just
He's probably in culture shock right now. He's like, what the fuck did they do? So now you think we're at peak? We'll bring on Mike in Jersey City because this is just going to be a bigger mess. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, Mike?
Guys?
How you doing, bro?
Mike?
I'm all right. What are you guys up to? Just chilling, just kicking?
Just doing a show.
Just out here, just doing a show, baby, enjoying life. So how you feeling, man? What's going on, man? What are you thinking? Just up, baby?
I wanted to bring up, like you guys brought up earlier about, what we should do with Crowder, because I was kind of conflicted on it for a while. And then I kind of said, like, look, I think Crowder being on the team helped Sam Darnold significantly. I thought that if there was actually one thing that Gase did, adequately, I'd say he brought in Crowder, because he did. He did help Sam a lot. He was a really good slot receiver for us. But at $10 million, I think we can definitely allocate that money better. So I mean, if he wants to restructure, all to it to him, and then I definitely try to find a way to keep him if he wants to restructure, because then you have to think okay, we definitely want to bring Marcus Maye back, all right? I mean, he's as I just was kind of perusing on the internet last year, he was ranked as the 21st best safety in the league. I'm sure that kind of went up by the end of the year.
21st out of 32?
What?
21st out of what? 32 or 64?
Oh, I don't. It was a 25. It was ranked. It was out of 25 safeties in the NFL. He was 21.
Well, right now, just looking quick on PFF, they've got him, as far as his season grade from 2020, they got him as 5th out of 94 safeties that qualified.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was strong and free safeties because, Jamal Adams was like 5 on that list, and obviously this is so definitely an outdated list if Jamal Adams is 5. But I'd say regardless of that, you have to bring back Marcus Maye. As far as the line, I have to.
Why do you have to?
What?
Why do you have to bring back Marcus Maye? What if his price is too much? Are you going to break the bank for him? If he says, "Listen, I want $13 or $14 million a year," are you giving it to him?
I'd rather give it to him than Crowder. That's kind of where I'm getting at. That's my whole thing. I'd rather give him. But just spending just to spend. What? I won't give it to Crowder, or maybe I won't give it to him either. Why is he a must-have? Why is he a must-return player for the Jets? Because I think he's probably one of the more vocal leaders on the team. I mean, if you look at it right, if you look at the team right now, who would you say that as a member of the Jets that the locker room kind of looks to for answers? I'd say he's definitely one of them. He's got to be one of 3 of them, for sure.
Okay, and you're getting and you're going to get C.J. Mosley back next year, who is a very vocal, respected leader in the locker room. Quinton Williams took on a bigger role. And you're going to have a whole new coaching staff, who's probably going to, and a coaching staff is probably going to bring in a guy like Richard Sherman, who's also going to be a leader. So, other than leadership, what else does Marcus Maye bring to the table?
Okay, so it sounds like you're opposed to bringing him back for.
No, I'm asking you if you say if the fair market value, say in theory, is what the franchise tag is, what 11. Say if we offer him 8 or 9, he says I want 10 or 12. Say he wants 12 or 11. Are you giving him that?
I'd give him 10. I'd give him 10.
Yeah, so that's Tyron, what do you think?
I'm just laughing at y'all too, because y'all on the cusp of going off, man. I'm just waiting, bro. The question is Marcus Maye a must-return player? I love the player. I think he's a great talent, but I don't. If he says, "Listen, I want a big-time 5-year contract," are you giving Marcus Maye $10, $11 million a year for 5 years? Are you giving him that money? I'm going to be honest with you, man. I mean, I want him back, but I mean, he's not, and I want to give him a fair deal, man. I mean, I'm thinking $9 million, 5 years, $45 million, maybe like $27, $25 million guaranteed, something like that. But, $12 million a year for $12 million a year is a lot. Yeah. No. I agree with you on that. But $12 million a year is a lot for Marcus Maye, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying. But I do feel that, you know what I'm saying. Like, you eventually have to start paying your own guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you want to set the precedence of drafting guys and keeping them. So, a guy that is talented.
So Douglas didn't draft him.
Right. And also, I mean, it's like we're just completely forgetting that there's a list of guys that we know they're not bringing back. Okay, there's no way that the cap is going to go to $100 million without a doubt, right? They're not going to bring back Henry Anderson. They're not going to bring back they're going to cut Anderson, probably Jenkins, Jordan Jenkins.
He's a free agent.
Okay, well they're not. Oh, I thought he was on. Well.
Right now you have a $68 million in cap space. Where are you getting $32 million more from?
Henry Anderson. I just thought it was like Henry Anderson. We cut
right.
Font, right? I think he's like $5-something million. You take away Crowder comes off the books, right? And then
so you're cutting Crowder, Anderson, Fant. Okay, so that's 25. Okay. Are you going to cut Alex Lewis?
Yes, Alex Lewis. That's who it was.
There's your 30. All right, and now you okay.
And
you cut your right. You cut your right tackle. You cut your slot going good, Brian Tyrone.
Right.
I'm just asking, man. Why
you the argument that it's so easy to find. It's so easy to find O-line. So yes, you draft him. So this is my next. This is where I'm getting. Go ahead.
Now, who's going to replace Flint, though? I'm sorry, go ahead. If that's what you want to say. Who's going to replace Flint? I mean, Flint wasn't terribly bad last year. So, but no, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, so this is where I'm getting to next. Okay, I'm getting absolutely I've had it up to here. I've had it up to here to the 15th fucking millionth time about the hype. Any quarterback not named Trevor Lawrence. I can find all of these analysts that you see on Twitter, that you see on everywhere. I can find people that were hyping up Christian Hackenberg. Okay, this is what they do. Okay, this is what they do. They hype these guys up in hopes that yes, maybe it's not the Jags. But now it's the Panthers, the Bengals, the Texans, the Jets, and everyone else after the number one pick to go and get these quarterbacks that are miles less than what Trevor Lawrence is going to be, and we have no idea. So I think if you're a Jets fan and you go into draft night and are putting all your eggs in one basket, hoping to God that we draft Wilson or we draft Lance or we draft Justin Fields at number 2 and we don't, and you're going to cry like a little girl, you're a clown. I don't see why as any Jets fan should go into draft night putting their eggs in anyone's basket. If they go and take another lineman, a right tackle, or they go and take one of these Devontae Smiths, you should be ecstatic. Not only did we just hire a competent coaching staff, who I have all the confidence in the world.
So basically what you're telling us is that whatever Joe Douglas does is perfect. We should shut our mouths and just say, thank you, can I have another?
Essentially, yes. Absolutely. I mean,
fuck
if he doesn't,
that, dude. Fucking no way. There is no way in living hell I'm going to say, you know what? Everything you do is great. It's perfect. How in the hell can we even? No way, dude. That's crazy.
Well, okay, so unless he goes and drafts an absolute anomaly, like nobody was preparing that he will. So you're going to sit there and be pissed as fuck if he drafts Devontae Smith at 2, or if he trades back, you're going to.
So wait. No. I'll answer your question. Now, as a person that doesn't want to keep Sam Darnold, if Joe Douglas decides to double down and say, you know what, I want to keep Sam and I'm going to go a different direction, and if he takes Devontae Smith over Jamar Chase, as a Jets fan, I can't be like, you know what, I kind of want Chase instead. Listen, what's going to happen is no matter who they draft, after the dust settles, we're going to support them and call them great. Because what happens is once the draft is over, the Jets get straight A's, like they aced everything and everything's a future Hall of Famer. But as a fan, we can't question it and then have our guys we root for. Why not?
Of course you can. Of course you can question it. But look, all I'm saying is all the Jets fans are absolutely jumping way too, they're jumping overboard. We finally hired.
What are we jumping overboard about? Nothing's been done. They haven't even signed a player yet. We're not jumping overboard.
Precisely my point. And now you have Jets Twitter that's going to go fucking AWOL if we don't draft Zach Wilson. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. We just Mike, to be fair though, at number 2, if Joe Douglas says I'm going to draft the quarterback, whether it's Wilson, Lance, Fields, whoever it is, I'm cool with it, dude. I'm not going to sit there and be like, you know what, I want Wilson instead. Listen, if that's the guy you want, let's roll. I'm fine with that. That with the quarterback position. That's you, but there are plenty of Jets Twitter fans that are drooling over this kid, and I just don't see why. As a personal preference, I don't like him, but I don't see why any Jets fan should go into draft night and say, oh, my God, we didn't take the quarterback at 2. Same old Jets. That's fucking bullshit. We just fucking hired the most
but you'll know going into the draft. If Sam Darnold's still on the roster, you're like, all right, well, if he's still here, are we still going to draft the quarterback? I mean, I think a lot's going to be played out by then. But, I mean, to say that, whatever Joe Douglas does, we got to say, it's cool. Like, last year when they took James Morgan, I'm like, what are you doing with James Morgan? It makes no sense. And the kid didn't even play last year. I'm not going to just accept every pick and say it's great.
But it sounds like you're going to be absolutely, disgusted if we go into draft night and Sam Darnold at the end of the first night is not off the team, because then it sounds like obviously we did something else with 2 and we did something else with 23, and Sam Darnold's still there, and you're gonna be oh my God, same old Jets. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm not gonna. I've never said same old Jets whatsoever. If he decides to keep Sam Darnold and build around him, I'll see what his plan is, how to build around him. If he keeps Sam and takes Jamar Chase at 2, okay, maybe that's something. If there's a blueprint and a vision, we're all going to support it because we don't have a choice. And that's his. Listen, this is his team. That's their vision. And the new head coach that's here is buying into it as well. So there's no excuses. They're all on the same page. This is what they all want, and this is what they're going to go for. I'm fine with it, dude. But if it's something like where it's, kind of some kind of fugazi shit, and you're like, wait, this doesn't make any sense, I'm not going to be like, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to do that.
I understand what you're saying, but it's not really how you've come off in these last couple of weeks. I mean, you've really. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a fan of Darnold, but I'm sitting back and I'm saying, look, I'm prepared and will most likely be content with at least 90% of the choices that they may make at 2/23 at the first draft night. Okay. But it just sounds like, past couple of weeks, you've been really hard-nosed about, we need to get fucking Sam Darnold off the fucking team. And
if you give me a choice, if you're saying what's my choice, Sam's out of here. That's my choice. I'm resetting my offense with a different quarterback. That's my choice. But if Joe, I'm like primetime, dude. Listen, I'd like to have Sam gone. He wants to have Sam here. At the end of the day, whatever the organization decides with him, I'm cool with it. If they want to rebuild around him and say, let's give it a shot, okay, give it a shot. You better hope it works out. But if I had my own personal preference, I don't want him here anymore.
I mean, that's fine. I just
that's
don't
not going to change.
understand where a lot of these fans are coming off as, oh my God, fucking Zach Wilson, fucking Messiah, or Fields Messiah. Sure, they look great. Most QB prospects have a couple of good clips, right? But it's just like, as you guys were saying before I came on, it's like, and John was saying, nobody thought Herbert was gonna ball out this year.
Yep.
Nobody thought, and so it's just like we all.
Nobody thought Josh Allen was going to.
We all ate our words about Josh Allen. You are absolutely right about that. We all ate our words about that kid, and so I'm just so tired of the rhetoric of every year, Jets faithful. Okay, these quarterbacks look great. We didn't get that one quarterback that everybody wanted. So now let's drool over the other quarterbacks. Meanwhile, this team needs a ton of other places filled position-wise, and I just don't see why a fan would go into draft night and be perturbed if they didn't end up taking a quarterback at 2 or 23 or whatever. If we go and get Sewell, I will be just as happy if we got Smith. I will be just as happy if we got Lance, whatever. Like you said, whatever they decide to do. That's just my thing right now. That you're on Twitter and you're seeing just like smear campaigns of current Jets and perhaps Jets that people hope will be on the team in the future after draft night, who they want to buy, who they don't want.
That's all being a fan, though, dude. Like, everybody has their favorite players, the other guys you don't like. I mean, that's just being a fan, dude. We all have opinions, and none of us are right. Even the experts are wrong. I mean, look at every mock draft, dude. How many of them, they're like, what, 24% accurate or 25% accurate? Even the analysts are always wrong, like almost 80% of the time.
So, but so many people are like, I'm just on here saying, do not live by these analysts. Just do not live by them. I swear I can pull
we don't.
Hackenberg.
No, we do. But Mike, what we do is we do what Tyrone does. We sit and watch the film, and we make our own opinions, and we just sit by them. Like, that's what we do.
Yeah. Nah, don't even throw me in this bullshit. Nah, Mike, so let me ask you a question then. So basically, you rather run it back with Sam. That's basically what it is, right?
No. Okay. Sam over Zach Wilson, yes. But I really don't like Zach Wilson. I mean, I think you guys
So if they take Zach Wilson, would you be mad?
What?
They take Zach Wilson, would you be mad?
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be happy. Like you said, like as you're saying, like if kind of how you're positioned on if Sam Darnold were to remain on the team, like it would be like your polar opposite. I'd be more happy if Sam were to stay than to draft Wilson, and you'd be more happy to draft Wilson than to keep Darnold, right? So,
yep.
I mean, like you said, all fans, we all have our one thing. I'm just trying to say, where as Jets fans do we come off to fucking like start patch smearing and current Jets and perhaps future Jets? And it's just like, look, like we literally just had fucking shackles on us with fucking Gates era. And it's just like...
So as fans, we can't have opinions about players? Then what are we doing? We're just like...
have opinions about
bunch of
players.
robots walking around?
Of course you can have opinions about players. But to see on Twitter and to see callers coming in and to make absolute assumptions before these players have gone in and played a game in the NFL is just absurd. I'm tired of it. Same with the analysts. I'm tired of all of it. Like, neither of these...
Dude, the draft is a lot. They're all lottery tickets, dude. We have no idea what we're getting, but you make an educated guess what you think is going to happen.
Well, people swear that people are going to turn out or they're not going to turn out. I mean, I'll put it right now. If they draft Zach Wilson, I'd be more than happy by 2022 to be like, holy fuck, I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. This kid's good. We have him, thank God, right? So I'm not one of these fans that are just going to go on every show and be like, oh my God, did you see this fucking kid? He sucks. Or look, I don't like the competition he's played or whatever, this, that, and this. We have no idea. We have zero idea. Yes, we're taking educated guesses. But, as Jet fans, I just personally don't see after Gates where we can come off and say what's going to work and what's not going to work. I personally think that whatever happens on draft night, whatever we do with two, we as collectively as fans should be content because we finally have a competent coaching staff.
Yeah, but I got a point to make. Hold on. So I got a question to ask you then. So we felt the same way about Sam, though. When we got Sam, man, we thought Sam was the better quarterback out of all the quarterbacks, and come to find out that, he has his problems and stuff like that. So, it's a crapshoot, man.
Baker Mayfield.
I mean, so.
But how
you said what now?
Wait, what?
So you're telling me when we drafted?
I went into that draft wanting Baker Mayfield. But we all have different.
But I'm asking you a question. So when we got Sam, you didn't think Sam was the best quarterback left on the board after Baker Mayfield? You didn't think that? You thought Josh Allen would have been better. You thought Josh Allen was better than Sam Darnold in that draft. Not today. When we drafted Sam, you thought Josh Allen was better.
Based off of what I heard from these analysts who swear that
we're asking you, dude.
If I would have taken Allen or Darnold, I probably would have taken Lamar, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought Lamar was better than both Allen and Darnold at the time. So I mean, I don't look. Like I said, we all, like you said, we all have different opinions on the matter. Nobody has a clue. So I'm just.
And we're allowed to express them, though. So I mean, listen, I understand what you're saying, but we all watch players, and we have our opinions. We all share them, and some of us are right, some of us are wrong, and that's it. That's called being a fan.
Sure, but
But I'm like, I don't. But all at the same time, but see, you said something that kind of bothered me. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. You said something that. You said something that bothered me, and you're gonna. You said we finally have a good coaching staff, so we got to trust what they're gonna do. I mean, listen, we all like the hire, and we all give Rob Saleh credit, but this coaching staff, just like this general manager, they have a lot to prove as well, man. I understand we want to have faith and support all of them, but let's not go act like we have Bill Parcells on the sideline right now. He's got a lot to prove too, man. He can actually show that he can handle all the accolades he's been given and actually produce it.
Look, I think I'm confident enough to say that there will not be another Osmelli debacle, whatever his name is, Calcio Smelly, or whatever, I forget his name, debacle.
Calcio Smelly?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
At least competence, right?
That's cool.
Whatever the fuck that debacle was. I don't even know.
Mike, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, every time. Goodbye, guys.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, bro.
I don't know what that sounded like, but
I had to jump off that bullshit because I'm sorry, bro. Anybody that call this show and tell me that when we drafted Sam, you thought Josh Allen was a better prospect, you full of shit, bro. Don't bullshit me, bro. Come on, man. Like, you can waffle, you can have the wrong opinion. Nobody cares.
That pick was celebrated universally. That pick was
bro. Exactly, bro. Because I thought we had the guy, and I'm not gonna bullshit, bro. I'll never say that, bro. I never thought Josh Allen was good, and I still, you know what I'm saying, I ain't sold on him. He's on a better team. If Josh Allen was on this team, Lamar Jackson, Baker, I don't give a fuck who you can put Patrick Mahomes on this team right here, bro, and he would struggle, bro. It's what it is, man. So I mean, but.
All right, we're gonna go to Carlos and Wayne. Carlos, what's up, man?
Hey guys, how you doing, man? How you doing, boys?
How you doing, man?
All right. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I lose brain cells listening to these takes. But I just want to say, for all those fans that were happy with the 2 wins, I hope you're enjoying this off season so far. I would have loved a nice, boring, waiting for Trevor Lawrence kind of off season, but it's an off season of guessing, speculation, and guys thinking they know what they're talking about. And I feel like we're on a hamster wheel of Jet takes until the draft.
Carlos, I'm
right.
going to be honest with you. Carlos, you know what, bro? Great fucking take, bro. Absolutely, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. That's the best take of the night right there. That's the God-honest truth.
Yeah, that's
so
all.
Let's cancel the show
say.
then.
Huh? Say again?
We should cancel the show then. We're done then. Let's save our shitty takes.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
well,
bro. I mean, it's just
honestly, the live stream, Tyson, it's entertaining. Some are like I want to just turn away and throw up, but some are just really funny. But everyone's takes sound like broken record players. Like it's I don't know. I just don't know anymore.
Well, that's what we have Tyrone for now.
Soon enough. Say again? Yeah.
Yo, nah, man, listen. Yo, listen, man. Nah, I mean, I'm just being real. If we would have, I don't even want to talk.
Gotta watch.
Shit,
See, Carlos. You know what the problem is, Carlos? What those viewers don't have is they don't have Tyrone's film watching abilities and his tape analysis that he's bringing to the show now. So that's going to separate him from everybody else.
And
whatever,
that's why,
Carlos,
Tyrone, you have to come to the live stream and put people in their place.
Don't buy that bullshit, Carlos.
All right, boys. You have a good night.
Have a good night.
Take care, man.
All right.
Yo, man, boy, you something different, boy. You know that? You definitely something different. You, man.
Who?
You definitely something different. You definitely something different.
What the hell did I do?
Yo, you definitely something different, man. Like I said, bro. I need this 2-hour rejuvenation.
You come on
man.
this show. Wait a minute. Wait, what's prime time about? You come on this show and you're like, bro, man, I've been watching film. I've been watching tape. When I did my analysis, like, dude, I feel like we have like Mel Kiper on this goddamn show right now. I'm trying to get the insight. I want to learn what's going on. And now you're here.
We finally got our film expert. All those
we got one. We got our own guru.
Nah, man, I'm just me, baby. I'm just me, baby. Prime Time, you've been awfully quiet tonight, man. We didn't hear one sound take from you at all tonight, Prime Time.
I was good throughout the entire show. I stayed good.
I don't know. I'm extremely proud of you, Prime Time. Because after last week, bro, I didn't know if you was gonna make it or not, man.
No, because he does this on purpose, Tyrone. You know what he's doing? He's letting me and you dig our fucking holes. So now all the feedback be ripping me and ripping you.
No, hold on.
I'm gonna get.
No.
Go ahead. I know you're doing this shit.
I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting back. I'm letting you guys give your takes. I stayed quiet when Tyrone, gave his little jab about, Josh Allen finally having all the pieces around him, and that's when the light bulb turned. I ignored that and everything else, and I stayed quiet. I'm minding my business tonight.
It wasn't a jab,
I let you guys have your Wilson and Field takes, and we had a good show.
It wasn't a jab, and it wasn't.
It was a goddamn. It was a right cross.
No, it was the truth. That's just the problem. And the whole point of trying to build around Sam in year 4 just scares the shit out of me. And I gotta apologize because the first hour of the show, nigga, I wasn't me. So it is what it is. But I said I wasn't going to.
It wasn't you.
But fucking messing with you and Tyson.
That was our analyst.
Hey, messing with you and Tyson, cause y'all really gave it to me about the first 30 minutes of the show. I'm gonna need you to edit all that shit out. You know what I'm saying? So
what do you mean we gave it to you? What do you mean we gave it to you? We're just.
You know what?
Comment,
Y'all was setting me up, but y'all probably planned this shit too. Like, you know what? We're gonna get Tyrone tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's probably a pre-show meeting I wasn't invited to, man. I'm telling you, man. Let's make sure
this shit comes natural, man.
Yeah,
you naturally make waffles, and we naturally respond to them.
Yeah, whatever. But No, man.
Tyrone, your parting shots, dude. We got about 1:20 left. What's your parting shot?
My parting shot is this, man. Thanks to everybody who reached out to me this week. It really meant the world to me, man. I appreciate it. Keep my family in your prayers. I love you guys. Please be safe. And remember, man, I'm not an analyst. I'm just a regular Jet fan that deal with two crazy, one and a half crazy people on the show every fucking Tuesday. Have a good night.
Prime time, your thoughts.
Once again, just thoughts and prayers to Tyrone and his family. And tonight, I'm going to stick with the Jamal Adams approach. It's all love, whether you like Sam or not. We got a lot of other things to talk about this offseason with free agency and the draft and all that. So I'm here for all the takes.
Yeah, thank you guys for all joining us. We definitely appreciate all the support, all the chaos, definitely the feedback. I've been getting roasted. And I guess, obviously, our thoughts are always with Tyrone and his family. And hopefully next week he won't waffle as much. Maybe he'll make pancakes. You never know, but we're looking forward to it either way.
Have a good night.
Good night, gentlemen.
Later.
Good night.